those fans, Caldor, they're so excited because we have Morrow versus Maru coming up here.
We do, and he is the last foreign hope for today, the Swedish player from Team No Sports. Both Chinese players have been defeated, and Morrow is the last remaining foreigner for today. Of course, we have Sen, who already advanced to the second round of Code A, but today we have the last foreigner in the first round, so let's see what Morrow is able to do. Belshevik is going to be the first map.
Yeah, something else to note, there's Nestea down at the bottom of the bracket, so the second round winner will play against Nestea. It's going to be either Ace or Keen, depending on who wins that, so it's got a tough road ahead. And we're going to take a look at our secondary stream by the look of things. Polt versus Creator. So far, Creator up 1-0. That pylon was canceled. Creator's actually, I really like to compare him. Doa made this comparison once. He said that he's like the Lenok of Protoss. He's got a lot of potential. He's an up and rising star. He's very young. He has a lot of time on his hands, I guess what I'm trying to say is, since he's so young, his career is just starting. He's going to be one of the best one day, and his PVT is so good. I'm not surprised he's up 1-0 on Polt. Looks like he's going to try to make it a 2-0 here. There are two bunkers, though. I don't know if Polt's going to hold this, though. Looks like there are several Immortals in the mix, 3 of them. I think he might actually lose this. Polt might be out of the GSL right now.
Beautiful force fields by Creator Prime, and this indeed looks pretty scary for Polt. He has a very, very good Protoss, Terran versus Protoss, but right now, will he be able to hold? He actually has a lot of units left, but he pulled all of his SCVs already, and he lost a ton of them. The first Immortal is gone, the second one about to die, though, and with all the Marines in the picture, Polt is actually defending against the attack of Creator Prime. Very well done. Both are down to 46 supply though, and the threat is not over just yet.
Threat's not over yet, exactly. By the looks of things, the medevacs are going to start to come out. If Creator continues to commit to this, as I think he's already committed too much, he's going to lose out here because the medevacs will be out and he'll be at a timing where he has no area of effect damage. Medevacs will be healing the strong Bioforce, and I feel like Creator, he did a lot of damage here, but he didn't need to continue the warp ends there.
It would be interesting in the work account right now, to be honest. That's the one thing that I'm really curious about. How many probes how many SCVs could Creator kill?
It's definitely, Creator is definitely ahead in workers. That much is evident just from the screen. But how many is it he ahead? That's a good question, because that's going to be quite significant, because mules, of course, equal things out quite nicely, and the army size is much better for Polt here. And he has the better composition, the better tech right now. More Immortals being pushed out here by Creator. He's adding another gateway, but no tech still. Things looking rough for him. I think Polt definitely, even though he lost a lot of workers, he's got an advantage at this point.
And this is kind of well, this is a little bit peculiar because Polt's best matchup is actually the matchup against Protoss, and he is very, very good in his TVP. So I would be a little bit shocked to see him out of Creator, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I would as well. I mean, Creator, I'd be shocked to see Creator out too, since he's so good, but he's never consistently in, so it's kind of like, well, okay, but Polt is just so well known. It looks like we're going to have an attack here. There are several Immortals out, and I think the choice to leave here is the best one.
Oh, he commits nonetheless, doesn't he? He's backing off. He's backing off now, just a little bit, trying to use his stutter step to take down at least a few of the units of his opponent, finding a little bit of time, and yes, he's able to retreat without losing a single unit.
I don't like this because the advantage that Polt had was his tech and his army, and now he's kind of equalized that a little bit since he gave away a few units there, and now I think the game is pretty much on even footing. I might even give an edge to Creator at this point. It depends on how well he defends his 4 Marauder drop. The factory does go down. Not too significant, though.
And here comes the drop. A little bit of an edgy camera view right now. Here's the drop, and we have a couple of probes dying immediately, and he has the second force ready to stream in, but only 3 Stalkers defending. That is definitely not enough. Ah, there comes the Immortal and the rest of the Stalkers. But will this army at the bottom be able to take down the Immortals? There's the force field. 1 Immortal is already dead. He's trying to retreat. The stutter step is taking down a few units. Is he able to snipe the Immortal? Yes, he is indeed. And using his units and of course the concussive shells in order to damage a couple of additional zealots. Doing a really good job. Nice micro, but will it be enough?
See, this is the pressure I was talking about that gets unlocked when your opponent has medevacs. and your push kind of fails. There are Vikings out for Colossi, but there's not even a robotic support bay, man. He's going to be able to land those Vikings, do some extra DPS. I think Creator is slowly going to die here. Polt has continued the pressure. He microed much better the second time, and he was able to catch half the units out of position. And he's going to target down that Immortal, pull back, and there's just too many Marauders here. It's only Stalkers, no Zealots to support. Probes coming off the line here, but this game is over.
Yeah, this is it. There are no additional Immortals. He only has to deal with the Gateway units now, and Marauders are very, very good at getting Gateway units. Without charge upgrade, the Zealots just can't hold a candle to the Marauders. So there it is. Polt with a 1-1 against his opponent, and there is going to be a third game, ladies and gentlemen, which can be viewed on the second stream. And this one is commentated by... I was about to say Wolf, and I was like, oh no, wait a second, Wolf is sitting right next to me. It's going to be commentated by Mr. Che and John.
Yes. I'm not sure if... I'm pretty sure they're commentating in English, but I don't actually know.
I think they do.
Or they could do something crazy where like John translates every sentence. I don't think that's what's going on. But
he would have to translate very, very fast, though.
John actually can do that, though. He's a man of many talents. I think we're going to jump into the game pretty soon. It looks like there's just some delay in the setup time here, which does occur from time to time. Obviously, as players leave the booth, some of the other players are playing at the same time, so they didn't have time to set up. There's only 4 booths, so you can't cheat that. There's no way to beat that. I think we're going to get in very soon. What are your thoughts? Who do you think will take this best of 3?
We've been talking about this already quite a bit, and I think that Morrow is going to take the best of 3. We already mentioned that Maru is a player that is very, very young. We believe he is 13. We don't know about the exact age. Every time you talk about the age of a Korean player, there's always the issue whether you're talking about the Korean age or the age in European Western standards.
Yeah, I believe his Western age is 13. I think that's correct. I think he's technically 15 in Korea right now. I don't know his birth year, but either way, he's very young. He's the youngest player to ever play in the GSL.
That's the point.
He's qualified several times. He qualified for Open Season 1. He barely beat Sella, knocked Sella out of the tournament, if I remember correctly, and then lost his next round to like Tank Boy or something like that. And then he came back, played against Fruit Dealer, did all-ins. He's quite well known for all-ins, not only in practice and on the ladder, but also in his tournaments. He did 2-port Banshees against Fruit Dealer and things like that.
The game against Fruit Dealer was, by the way, in August 2011, and he lost with 2-0. So it's been quite a while. Maru is definitely a player that has a lot of potential, but I think that now Morrow is the more accomplished player.
Nerves got the hold of him. I could definitely see when he played against Fruit Dealer. And against Morrow here, I have to give a slight edge to Morrow, but since that was so long ago, like you said, and Maru is practicing with Prime players, you're probably trying to push him out of this all-in type mindset. I mean, he's very young. His mind is developing very quickly. I could see him beating Maru here. I could see that. That's definitely... I think this may be our closest match of the day. Quite possibly. Well, looks like we're finally going to jump into the game. The players
I like this shot of Morrow. I really like it. Usually the pictures where you see him, he's just like the nice guy, and this time he has this killer intent in his eyes. I really like it. You can see that Maru is still the younger player. He's coming from Code B, won his qualifier tournament, and we have Morrow with one of the seeds. He played the up and down matches, but lost, and now he has to prove himself in Code A.
Well, Maru is... We're going to have to see something creative out of him to beat Maru's very long, late-game style. I remember the first time I watched Maru play in Korea, he got nuked and lost like so many drones to nukes, but he still was able to win the game just because he had the right unit composition. He's good at finding that ratio.
Belcher Beach will be the first map. Zerg versus Terran. Mouse against Prime. Morrow against Maru. Don't mix those two up, ladies and gentlemen. We are heading into the game right now. We're already at the loading screen. The game will start within the next few seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last game for the evening. Code A, we have the last hope for the foreigners. It is Mouse, Morrow, Stefan Anderson
against Cho Sung Chu, Maru Prime. Here we go.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, at the bottom right of Belcher Beach in the first map of this best of 3. We have the player from Mouse Sports. He's from Sweden, Stefan Andersson, aka
Master Sports Morrow.
That was Maru. A lot of fans here for him today.
I've already seen a game against Terran on this particular map from Morrow. He pulled off this cute proxy Roach Warren that blocked the space between the two bases, just a tiny little bit the gap. I'm actually curious to see if he's going to go for the same thing once again. His opponent to the top left, starting in the blue color, though, is
Maru Prime.
Maru Prime, that's correct.
An old school player of the StarCraft 2 Global League. He's been in this for a long time, man. I mean, think about all the players who were on the Open Season 1 that you've never heard of again. I mean, this guy is back. He's done it. He's been training. He never gave up, and that's something to respect. I've interviewed this guy actually several times before. I've talked to him in person, and to be honest, I asked him, you know, do you feel that StarCraft 2 is your future? Do you really want to pursue this long term? And he said, absolutely yes. He is going to 2 racks, and the second barracks is actually being made on the edge. It's above the ramp there, but he can always just lower it. It's a smart position to build it in.
The one thing I want to see is what exactly Morrow is doing with his drone. If he, he's going into the main base. He was able to sneak in. That should not have happened, and he's able to spot the second barracks. That's exactly what you want to happen. Morrow knows fully well what's going to happen right now. He's already building his pool, and he knows that Maru might go for some kind of cheesy play. That's what he has been preparing for, and therefore we don't see him cutting corners. He is building his pool right away, and let's see how this is going to play out for the player from Mousesports. Maru is putting up some pressure with his double barracks opening.
Yeah, no SCVs pulled for Maru. He actually did not bring any to bunker. You know, he had one to scout with, but he didn't bring any additional ones to bunker. Nice targeting by Morrow on the SCV, and it looks like the SCV will be taken out here. It does fall. Bunker's canceled. Spine goes up. Morrow not cutting any corners here against his opponent.
Doesn't lose a single drone. He even saves the one drone that was taken down the SCV. Very well done. There's the spine crawler, and another SCV joins the party, but no, the Zerglings are out already. The SCV is down, and this early game pressure has been denied. Maru is following it up with the command center. Nothing accomplished so far by the Korean player.
The Greens look like they want to move forward here and target down some Zerglings. The spine is being repositioned, but he's actually going to have to get out of there. Doesn't lose any Marines, I like that.
Double gas now being taken by Maru. And yeah, Morrow played that very well. He put up a valiant effort. He knows fully well that his opponent is probably going for some kind of cheesy play on at least one of these maps. So that's what he has been preparing for. And I've been talking to him quite a lot lately. He was at the GOM house several times, especially during Chinese New Year. And he mentioned that he thinks that his Zerg versus Terran is amongst the best right now. He just told me today that maybe that was a little bit of an exaggeration, but he still feels like in this particular matchup he's very, very, very strong. And we will see if that's true. We'll see if he is able to take down Maru and advance to the second round of Code 8.
Yeah, he is comfortable, he is confident. He felt like he was going to see some cheesy play out of Maru, so he's decided that he was going to play safe. He's been training at the in his Hosa house right now, practicing against specifically weird Terran builds, so he feels very prepared. Right now, double factory is going down for Maru, so I think we're going to see him transition into mech play here. Not very commonly seen on Belcher Beach.
He might also just go for some kind of two-base attack with a lot of Hellions. We've seen that occasionally. He's going for 2 reactors now, so we might see him using a lot of Hellions. And yeah, the player that I've seen die to something similar lately is Idra. He died to alive in the second game of the show match at the NASL against a huge amount of Hellions. I'm not quite sure if Morrow is really a player that's going to fall for such a strategy, because usually he plays quite safe. He's going for 3 gas right now, but
yeah,
he only has 1 spine crawler and no SimCity going for him.
Yeah, no SimCity, and with the 3 gases, it indicates likely he will be going fast mutas here. He has not started his lair yet. He's going to get that macro hatch up. That's an help, but no, actually, double Evo chambers going off. Interesting.
And there's the switch with the buildings. We have double reactor, Hellion, factory, blah blah.
And this is what...
That is such a tongue twister. It is annoying. Double reactor, factory, Hellions. There we go, finally.
There you go.
Mission accomplished. Now I can go home.
No, man, you gotta stay here. Don't leave me. we've got basically the next phase of the all-in coming from Maru. I saw him build actually 2 tech labs with his barracks, so he's gonna...
Is he going for the Marauders now?
He should be going Marauders, but he's actually... What I was thinking was, okay, he's gonna go Hellion Marauder, that actually really makes sense, but he's making 2 additional tech labs, so he's gonna use the tech labs he made with his barracks earlier to produce siege tanks afterwards, most likely, and then start some upgrades on the tech labs on his barracks he built now with Marauders. Maybe it's a weird build. It's hard to judge.
I've seen a build by executed by Paul. It's basically a kind of 2-base all-in where you produce a lot of Hellions up to 13 and you attack as soon as you hit 6 Marauders. Then you attack, and usually the timing works out so that you attack before Spire is done. So you can just do a lot of damage. But if you build enough Spine Crawlers, the Zerg player will be able to defend, and then you have no tech, you don't have Medivacs, and you're just kind of helpless. So here comes now Maru. Morrow has been scouting it, I think, and we have the Banelingness coming up. It's not done just yet, and he needs Banelings. He needs Banelings and he needs Roaches.
He did stop the Zerglings from seeing the Hellions. This is the first glimpse of Hellions that Morrow will get. Maru running in here with his Hellions. He's going to try to catch these drones. The drones are lining up. Kaldor!
But the Roaches are about to pop. I feel that he's safe now. There are the Roaches. He needs to be careful with the drones, though. Is he able to save them? He saves most of them so far. A bunch are left. Here come the Zerglings blocking the pathway. The Roaches doing a lot of damage now. And he didn't lose all too many drones just yet. Only 6 drones killed by Maru. Morrow with a nice defense, but the Hellions are not dead yet.
They're not done yet. They're going to target down the rest of the drones here in the main. Now, one thing I would like to see is, he actually, I don't know what happened with those Marines that he had. I guess they all just died. They weren't
died
able
to
to
the Spine Crawler.
Yeah, they weren't able to do anything, so that's a little bit disappointing.
10 workers killed, and I have to say, well, that definitely was not worth it, was it?
No, I don't think so. Now he's lost the Hellions to control the creep. Morrow, obviously really well known for his creep spread. It's already quite far across the map.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that denying of the creep tumors is definitely something that he did not accomplish, as Morrow is now spreading creep like crazy. How many queens does he have? Only 2, and he's spreading creeps that fast? That's
he never misses a beat with that, and that's something he's always been known for. You know, Morrow, when he was a Terran player, was always so on top of his scans. One of the most intelligent players. Really, I'll tell you my opinion on this. I don't know if I've ever said this. I probably said this when I was casting the Open Wolf Cup. I watched his games in the Open Wolf Cup and some of the other European tournaments. He was winning so much early in release. I looked at Morrow and I said, outside of Korea, this guy, I think, with his Terran play, could be the best player in the world. And he switched to Zerg, and since then has not been as dominant. The game has changed a lot. And obviously, Korean players are now seen as the most dominant. But Morrow, man, I've always been impressed with his mechanics.
And he's already on 1-1 researching +2/+2. He has to stop this attack. If he's able to do so, then he will have such a huge lead in this game. 26 Zerglings about to be built. The Spire timing hits. A few Zerglings going for the run by, and he's just now assembling more and more units at the top on the high ground. Here's the attack by Maru. The first Banelings being off. Baneling speed halfway done. +2/+2 as well. But the Terran player from Korea, he's attacking now. Will our Swedish Zerg be able to fend off against it?
Well, there are Banelings and Zerglings ready to flank. But Stim is done, and with the siege tank positioning here, it's not looking good. 36 Zerglings about to pop.
And here we go. Morrow attacking from 2 sides, trying to take down the tank. The first tank is gone, and he's killing the rest of them as well. Maru is dropping in supply. Morrow with 88 to 84 supply, 58 SCVs, sorry, 46 SCVs against 57 drones. +2/+2 is about to hit for Morrow. We have Baneling speed now finished as well. The creep is still spread like crazy. He's taking a 3rd, and he is looking pretty strong now.
He is indeed, but the pushing is not over. Maru continuing to attack here. Actually stims the majority of his Marines as he scans forward, trying to clean up these tumors. He's actually completely eliminated the tumors from the left side. And I think with this push, he should be at Maru. Maru will not be able to really break Morrow here.
+2/+2 will be done. It is now. He's not going in just yet, waiting for a couple of mutalisks. Needs to be careful.
No.
Oh, that hurt.
That really did hurt, and that may actually really turn the tide in this game, Kaldor, as losing all those units while they're going down the ramp now allows Maru to run in here. Targets down the hatchery getting low.
He's just sniping the hatch. That's the only thing that he wants to do right now, and he succeeds. and this might put Morrow in a very, very bad situation. He was building 26 Zerglings, but they were there too late. Maru is able to snipe this with a natural expansion. I did not think that would happen.
Nor did I, and look at the supply, 111 to 99 now. Morrow does have that hatchery up on the left side. It will soon be scouted by Maru, but there's no drones there, so it's not even really a big threat to him. And I love this section is going to unsiege and go back. There's no reason for him. Well, he's going to attack here. This could be a chance for Maru to catch his entire army and kill it, but even so, there's just so many Marines here. I don't know how he's going to kill it.
I think it's too late.
I think you're right. I think the game is over.
74 army supply for Maru, only 50 for Morrow. His defense, it looked quite strong, but he just didn't have the numbers, and as soon as those Zerglings popped, the expansion was already dead and gone. Maru is going in, stimming again, is sieging up with his tanks. The third base is gone. Morrow with a run-by attempt is breaking through, killing the one lone siege tank that is able to defend the wall in. The bunker is gone, but we have all those Marines in the main base of the Swedish Mouse Sports player, and this looks really, really bad for Morrow, even though he's now in his opponent's main base.
Yeah, and I think actually with the amount of SCVs he has here and the turrets, he may be able to clean this up. Either way, he's just got the better army here. He needs to pull some SCVs out though, I think, because just to be safe, and it looks like, yeah, he's just got enough. The turret's being repaired, and that is it. GG.
Only a couple of seconds that he missed in order to have this Zergling army that would help him in order to defend against his opponent's push, but Maru played that very well, and
yeah,
he is definitely relieved. Look at him.
Listen, man, actually that was a really cool build by Maru because there was a very clear three-step process.
Yeah,
there was
a
2 racks pressure, and then followed up with the double reactor Hellions, then switched the double factory Hellions into double factory tanks, and follow up with Stim Marines with combat shields with factory producing tanks. And even though like it seems all-in, it basically was, it was well planned out, and there was always a transition. He's like, all right, this is the part where I might win the game with my 2 racks. This is the part where I may kill a ton of drones, and this is the part where no matter what, tank, Marine with stim and double upgrades on the way will be solid. But if I have that push, I can perhaps kill a third. At the very least, I'll trade well. His micro was really good, and Morrow, despite having good creep spread, was not able to deal with that push. Notice he put his tanks next to the ledge, and also he lifted his Marines into the medevacs when Zerglings were attacking them. The Zerglings took a lot of extra hits. That one time where Morrow ran down the ramp and he ate siege tank fire, I think that was the turning point in the game where Maru was just able to have too much.
When Morrow's upgrades hit the +2/+2 as well as the Baneling speed, I thought he would be in a position where he could defend against it, but he didn't have enough Zerglings and Banelings, and when he ran down the ramp, as you just mentioned, and the siege tanks were able to take down a bunch of Zerglings and Banelings as well, he just lost additional forces, and then Maru stimmed in, saw his chance, took it, killed the second base, and from that point on, Stefan Anderson, by the way, we have, well, a little bit of misspelling there, but anyways, I think you guys get the idea. The Mouse Sports player is down 1 game, and Maru concentrating once again on the second map, which is going to be Metropolis.
It is indeed. The map is loading. Can Cho Sung Chu close it out 2-0, or will Morrow tie it up and go on to the longer series? Only time will tell as the map is loaded. I'm ready. Are you, Caldor?
I definitely am. Let's see if he's coming back into this best of 3 Wolf. Morrow against Maru.